Hello everyone, Namaste. My name is Harsh and I welcome you back to the new video of Economics ASAP series. The topic of today's video will be Consumer Price Index. In short form, we usually call it as CPI. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this topic is because of the price. Now, prices of goods and services or prices of products in the market is a very close topic to us, right? We all care about what are the prices of goods and services which we buy in the market, right? So for example, whenever a new iPhone model is launched, we see what are the prices of it, right? We wait for the prices of new model to fall and then we buy the iPhone, right? Similarly, our parents care about the prices of goods and services which are bought on daily basis, right? For example, from ration shops, wheat, flour, potatoes. I mean, in a nutshell, food and vegetables, right? So, prices of petrol is a very hot topic in economics and politics. Prices of food items is a very hot topic. Whenever price of onion rises, I mean, elections are won and lost on the prices of onions, right? So it is a matter of concern for both people and also for government. And to understand prices on a very macro level, from a macroeconomics perspective, and for a national level, there is something known as CPI. Now, Consumer Price Index is a measurement of overall cost of goods and services bought by a typical consumer in the country. Now, CPI basically helps us to understand the prices of wide variety of goods and services in the whole country. Another reason why CPI is important and prices are important is because if on a very general scale prices are rising from, for example, if you say from 1947 till until now, in these 75 years the prices have risen, right? So the government also needs to make sure that along with the rise in prices, the income of people also increases, right? This is because if our income remains same and our prices of goods and services are increasing, then our capacity to buy from the given income is falling, right? So we purchase less goods and services, and our standard of living also falls. So we need to make sure that the rise in price is in a very limited range. It does not overspill, right? It does not go out of hand, right? And if the prices are rising, our income should also rise. So CPI helps government in making policies to control the price rise in the country, right? So this is all the theoretical part, but also to give you a more perspective about it. I don't know if you have any good conversations with your grandparents. So they must be telling you like they used to buy samosa for like uh, rupees 2 or 50 pesos, right? They used to buy a bottle of Pepsi for, 2 rupees or 50 paise. So, and now we see the price of samosa in any typical cities like from 15 to 20. And now there are a wide variety of samosa, but typical potato samosa is for 10 to 15 rupees, right? And Pepsi is like, I think it's around 20 rupees or above it. So we see this is actually the general rise in prices of goods and services in the country. And CPI is a basically systematic and a very empirical quantitative way of analyzing the prices of goods and services for the whole country. Okay. Uh, so this is all the theoretical part. Now let's see how we actually calculate CPI, right? How we actually calculate consumer price index. So it's not a very Nobel Prize winning thing. It's a very simple process of calculating CPI, and I will even more simplify it to explain how CPI is calculated, right? So the first step of calculating CPI is that to find the basket. So we need to find the consumer basket. Now, what is consumer basket? Now, consumer basket. So, for example, imagine like you go for a shopping. Okay, you go to Big Bazaar and you take a basket in your hand and you buy some, apples. You buy oranges. Then you buy some vegetables like broccoli or potatoes, right? then you buy some, stuff for your house. For example, red tape. You buy screwdrivers, right? And then maybe you go to another section and you buy some footwears for yourself. And then you go to at the end of the section you buy some chocolates, right? Maybe you buy some oil for yourself, cooking oil for yourself, right? And maybe you may buy cigarettes or some intoxicants. So and then you go to the, I mean, paying counter, and then you pay. So whatever is in your basket it is basically a consumer basket. You as a consumer has bought all those things for yourself or for your family, and it is in a basket. So all these goods and services in basket is known as consumer basket. Similarly, government also decides what goods and services should be put in a basket. Now, this consumer basket is used for calculating CPI, right? And deciding which goods and services should be included in the basket is very important, because you cannot change the basket every year, because then it does not help in analyzing the long-term trend of rising prices of goods and services. So the goods and services once decided will might change in after 5 years, depending upon the consumption patterns of people. So in India, the consumer basket is consisted of food and beverages, miscellaneous, which includes transport, health, education, housing, fuel and light, clothing and footwear, and then pan, tobacco, and other intoxicants like such as cigarettes or alcohol, right? And if you can see from the pie chart, the composition of CPI, so 45% of the goods and services in the basket is actually food and beverages, right? Then 28% belongs to transport, health, and education. 10% of the goods and services belong to housing sector, and then the rest are fuel, clothing, and intoxicants. So uh, this is the composition of consumer basket, which on the basis of which consumer price index in India is calculated in real. Okay, so this is not a hypothetical example. This is actually in reality. Okay, this composition is actually real. The second, after deciding consumer basket, the second step is to find the prices of those goods and services, right? So now the hypothetical part starts. So basically, I have taken all those consume categories of consumer baskets, uh, category of goods and services in the consumer basket, and I have just written average prices of food and beverages, average prices of transport, health, education, and miscellaneous products, average prices of housing and other items in the consumer, which is in the consumer basket. And I have written those average prices for uh, you know 4 years, right, from 2018 to 2021. So for example, 10 rupees is the average price for food and beverages segment in the consumer basket in 2018. Okay, so in reality the prices are very different. So this is just a hypothetical example. So after decide finding the prices, which I have written in this green Excel sheet, green table, we go on to compute the basket cost. Now, what is the cost of the basket? So, for example, if you going with the example of Big Bazaar, you bought all those things, and then you go to the paying counter, and then you pay for the basket, right? Similarly, here also I just summed up the prices of all the segments in consumer basket for one particular year, and I found the basket cost, the cost of the consumer basket. So for 2018, the cost of consumer basket is 48 rupees, and similarly for 2019 it is 65 rupees. For 2020 it is rupees 71, and for 2021 it is rupees 77. So in general we can see the prices, the cost of consumer basket is increasing, has increased from 2018 to 2021, right? Now, in order to calculate consumer price index, it is very important that we have a base year. Now, what is base year? So, for example, if you want to compare prices from current year to a particular period of time. So, for example, I want to compare. For example, I say that prices has increased, right? So it's a very vague statement, like prices has increased, right? from where prices has increased, right? I am now currently living in 2022, right? And prices are 10 rupees. Price of mobile phone in general, I would say is 15,000 rupees. But if I say that in 2022, prices of mobile phone has increased by 10% since 2015, right? So since 2015, now prices have increased in 2022 by 10% since 2015. So 2015 here is a base year. Similarly, if I say prices has increased in 2021 as compared to or since 2018, right? So this 2018 is a base year which I will use to calculate consumer price index. Okay. So since we have chosen the base year, and this base year may differ from calculation to calculation. I mean, it's now we are in a very hypothetical stage. Okay. So that after choosing a base year, the final step is to compute consumer price index. Now it's a very simple formula for computing consumer price index. It is the formula is price of basket in current year. In this case, the price of basket in current year is 77 rupees divided by the price of basket in base year. Now in this case, our base year is 2018, and the price of basket in 2018 is 48 rupees. We divide and we multiply it by 100, and we find consumer price index, which is 160.41 units. So this is the consumer price index, as simple as that. Now if I change the basket year to 2019 upon my own discretion, then it will be 77 rupees divided by 65 rupees into 100. If I change my base year to 2020, it will be the calculating method will be 77 divided by 71 rupees into 100. So the base year could change. It does not matter, but we have to fix upon a base year. Okay. So in this case, our CPI is 160 units approximately. So now let's see some real life data about consumer price index in India. So this is a very simple visualization, very simple line graph. In this graph, you can see in 2017, before 2018, the consumer price index was close to 130 units. And currently in 2020, the consumer price index is around 165 or 166 units. So we can see in general from 2013 until 2000, from 2017 until 2022, consumer price index has increased very considerably. And it's not a bad thing that so increase in consumer price index from 2017 to 2022 means the prices of goods and services in general in a country has increased as well, right? And it does not, so increase in prices of goods and services is usually seen in a very negative sense, right? And it should be seen in a negative sense when prices of goods and services go out of hand, right? But if the increase in prices is in a very moderate range, it is very good signal for the economy. And I will explain in my upcoming videos why this thing is, why moderate increase in prices of goods and services or moderate increase in CPI is good signal for the economy. But for now, this is all what it is. I hope I was able to explain the idea of consumer price index in a very simplistic manner. And yeah, that is all. So I just wanted to give a mix of theoretical approach as well as actually how CPI is calculated in real life. So thank you so much and keep watching to my videos. If you like this video, do like, share and subscribe and keep learning. Thank you so much.